Whoa. Very cool. Oh yeah, I like that. This is great. Sure, I'm getting a little reflection of the chakra energy, feeling some chakras light up, and very cool.
You've done a lot of work with mirror neurons. You've studied a lot of the work in that area. How relevant to your work are mirror neurons, and why are you so fascinated by this new science of mirror neurons?
Well, this is one of a series of new and interesting findings in neuroscience. I mean, just within the last 10, 15 years, neuroscientists have had the tools to put people in the functional MRI machine and actually observe what's happening in the brain while we do different things. And what we're learning is that the brain hooks itself up into a variety of different systems. The same parts of the brain, we know all their functions, we've studied them for years individually, but they have the ability to hook up into these different systems. And the really interesting ones these days that people are studying are the mirror neuron system, which is probably the basis for almost all of our social activities, our culture, our art, our imagination, the way we process metaphors. And these are all just fantastically important things in terms of magic, where things like mythology and entities and the way that we communicate and relate with each other is very important. Language is such an important tool in magic, as it is in NLP. And these are all really based in the mirror neuron system. So when we start to find ways that really tweak the mirror neurons directly, we start getting very amazing things happening. So it's kind of a shortcut in knowing how the brain works. We know what kind of things stimulate those areas of the brain, so we can do this repeatedly and get results exactly the way we like them. There's some other neat things that they're finding in neuroscience. The default network, which is the network that the brain hooks itself up into when we're not actively directing our consciousness, when we're not doing anything else. And then there's one that's brand new, which is the global network, which is kind of our conscious mind, which is where the different things in our mirror neurons and our default network and so on, when they reach a certain intensity, when they reach a certain level of agreement between the parts of the system, then it pops up into this global network, and suddenly we have an epiphany or a conscious awareness of something. So there's just more and more neat stuff coming out of this.
I just wanted to finish off by asking you if there was anything you wanted to say about your work, if there's anything you're promoting, is anything you want the public to be aware of or to point them at. So please feel free to, talk about your website and your new products or what it is you would like to share.
Okay. The main website that people can go to is metamagic.com, MetaMagick.com, and you'll find links to the various books and so on there. I have my newest book is a novel. It's actually in 2 volumes, so it's 2 books. I wrote it as 1 book. That's called The Great Purple Hoo-Ha, and it's a novel about magic and the end of the world and things like that. It's kind of a spoof of the 2012 stuff. So that's available now. You can get that on Amazon. You can get in some bookstores and so on. And from the publisher. If you look on my website, there's links to that. The most recent magic book is Metamagic, the Book of Atem, and that's available in bookstores everywhere, as well as Amazon and so on. The forthcoming one that we talked about a little bit is The Way of Woohoo, Metamagic and the Art of Invocation. That has yet to come out. Has just recently gone to the publisher, so it'll be many months before that's out there, but look for it. And I also have quite a few live gigs coming up this year. I'll be in Los Angeles in June, I'll be in Amsterdam in July, Seattle later in July, Hawaii later on in the year, and so on. So I've got a lot of travel coming up. All of those are listed on the website too. If people really want to have a great experience of this stuff, I heartily recommend coming out to one of the live workshops where you really get to practice the stuff and explore it in a hands-on way. No substitute for that.